Shalom, first and foremost, all praises, glory, honor goes to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem, Akakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles. Great millstone that taught us this truth. Salutation, all Yakin, pushing this word day in and day out, doing this quick lesson on what Apostle Tahar did about a week ago. There are a lot of fine homeless women out there. And I'm laughing because these were the same women back in, I'm trying to think what was the peak of feminism in my generation, right? Because I'm not that old. I know really the peak was the 90s because niggas was blinded by a fat ass, you smile back in the 90s, right? And the information wasn't really out there as far as, the games these women play. So, but in my era, the 90s, I was just a child / teenager. But my era, peak of feminism was like in the 2000s, man. Maybe around '07, when Obama got in office. I say around the Obama era was like the peak of feminism in my generation, right? Because around that time, I was a younger man. I was in my 20s and stuff. So, of course, when you're young, you're gonna want to dibble and dabble, right? So, and I remember back then these women, they had all these high standards on what kind of man they wanted and stuff. They gotta take them out 3 times a week and just to get some used up box and so forth, man. So, fast forward, right? Because Obama was in office from '08 to 2016, right? So fast forward 10 years later, right? 10 years later, post-Obama, these are the same women that was talking that yabba dabba do that are, living in their cars, living in motels, living in extended stays, And, some of them women are sincere. I ain't gonna hold you, not all of them with you. Majority of them are with you. But you got some sincere women that was staying in these different motels, man. All right. Hotels, Holiday Inns, so forth, man. And, the hotels, sometimes they'll put them out or make them renew their contract because they don't want the guests, right? Because really when you're in a hotel, you're a guest. And they don't want the guests to have tenants' rights, man. Because depending on your state, after a certain amount of time you living in a property, you can get tenants' rights, right? So, let me go to this one broad, man. She's fine as hell, but what's her name? Kayla, yeah. She's fine as hell, right? But she, she could be acting, right? Because she want to get the donations. She want to run up the back. But she makes van life videos, camping in her car and so forth, man. So that's a spirit because I just got privy to her page a few days ago. So this is her living. This is her post, Camping Kayla, living in the parking lot. So I seen her. She's a streamer, I guess. So I seen her, saying, yeah, she got to look out for the police before she go to sleep because she living in her van or vehicle. I really think, she got some niggas or a place to stay. You know what I mean? Like a big booty like that, niggas gonna say, fuck living in your van. You know what I'm saying? But these women are full of demons. They got spirits on them, man, She on the chunky side, but, I like them thick. What they call voluptuous. So, you don't think this nigga gonna call this big booty over, But this is a normal thing, though. You got women with families, multiple children, living just like this, man. Living a van life. Because, van life get a lot of views. What they call it, fuck is a word for it, man. minimalist lifestyle and shit, you know. Because it's expensive to have a spot now, man. You know, I remember I was at this one Edomite looking lady crib working and shit. And, you know, she looked like she's doing well off. But I was like, yeah, how much is your condo fee? She said 900. I said 900 just for the, not for the mortgage, just for the condo fee alone. $900. All right. Like, that's damn near my portion of the rent, man. So, you know, you see her, she's a nice looking lady, right? You know what I'm saying? Got a real hair. More likely the ass is real. You know what I mean? Got a little feminine touch to her, even though she got them bullshit tattoos. But she a nice looking young lady, like, you know. But look at what she doing. She out in the woods, setting up tents and shit. Got the dog with her. You know, all this, it could be Hollywood shit. Like I said, she more than likely got a spot. Look at this. She says, outdoor K. Living at the haunted. She can't even spell haunted, right? Manger Hotel. So she's living in Momo's. She's living in trailers. She's living in vehicles. You know, she's promoting that lifestyle, right? But she says what? She's living rent free. Okay. But you know, you got all these simp niggas, you know, commenting, talking about they'll be her roommate and shit. Because really, that's all it is with these modern day women. You just a glorified roommate dealing with them that you pop every now and then. All right. But yeah, she fine though. I ain't gonna hold you. But that's the Lord bringing these women down. Because for so long, Esau, if you was a woman, either Esau or these simp niggas will just pick you up, put you on your feet. So I see you look like this. Like, nah, you ain't homeless no more. You know, today's your last day of being homeless. Esau put them in the program, in the system, with Section 8, WIC, food stamps. Or what do? Is have these simp niggas put them up like, nah, you stand with me type shit. You ain't got to worry about working, none of that shit. But, you know, nowadays, these women, these wicked women, man, they live in, you know, alternate lifestyles. So, you know, you see a woman end up homeless because she broke up with her girlfriend, you know. So she's promoting this for a while. This is like her niche, minimalist lifestyle. You know, and look who she dealing with, these little two dirt pookie looking niggas. Right? You know, people saying I ain't her brother. Who knows? I could be a brother or couldn't be. Who knows? Right? You know, but you have women like this. They work at Walmart, Walgreens, Sam's Club and shit. They look just like this, you know what I mean, struggling, you know. And that's prophecy, man. Because the scripture goes into, you know, the Lord stripping these women, making them bare, you know. Because she got a YouTube. Well, let's see, when was her first IG post? Okay, 2023, all right. So she out there twerking and shit, jiggling her cakes and shit. So she knows what she working with. She know how to play men, you know. More like she got more than one man. Because that's how the modern day woman gets down, man. So this is Isaiah 32:9. Rise up, ye woman that are ease. Hear my voice, ye careless dogs, give ear unto my speech. It says, many days and years shall you be troubled, ye careless woman, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come yet of simps. Esau, you know, hey, these niggas done had it with you, man. Especially a girl like her, man. Like, you know, hey, if the Lord don't put her with a man of the Lord, man, she gonna get caught out there because, you know, she's already has a name, you know, 1 million followers throughout all her socials. You know, she on TikTok. I know she on YouTube for sure, but I'm pretty sure she on TikTok. She on all these major platforms. So you add it up, she got 1 million followers. You don't think one of them don't know her government name and shit, her IP address, where she, you know, work at? So, because a lot of these bitches got jobs too, man. Just don't get it twisted just because a woman got big following. You know, if she's not on OnlyFans, which I don't think she's on OnlyFans because I ain't seen no promo, right? Or she might have a secret OnlyFans, who knows? But a lot of these bitches got regular jobs making $20 an hour, and they got all them followers for nothing. They ain't making a cent off of this shit. Many days. So, you know, her Facebook, she got all these niggas, you know, watching every post, liking every picture. Hey, they gonna visit her in that day, man, if she's not part of the elect, man. Because, you know, you clearly see she's a younger woman, maybe like 24, 25, because I think she's not super young, because you got grown woman thickness. But you got young girls built just like her, though. But, you know, with her, the fact that she's on talking about some prepping shit, off-grid living, rent-free living. Really, she's promoting rent-free living because, you know, a woman is frugal, they're cheap, man. All right. The gathering shall not come. Yeah, the simp brigade, man. You know, because the simps, they getting ready to lose everything. So they getting ready to lose their little comfy jobs and shit. You know, pursuant to what Isaiah 19th chapter, man. Around about the 15th verse, man. No work for Egypt, man. So it's going to be a major event. Could be this summer, man. You know, we're in the summer season now. Hot as hell outside. People, you don't even smell barbecue in the air. Like, you know, I remember back in the 90s, early 2000s, even the early part of the 2010s, mid 2010s, you know, you go outside, you smelling cookouts and shit. Niggas grilling. You don't smell that in the air no more. It's too expensive. Meat costs too much money. You know, ain't nobody spending $200 on meat. Invite some people over that don't give a damn about them. They just come over, you know, just to have a good time and shit. Ain't nobody doing that no more. Hey, you got people out here that spending $200 on gas, man. You know, they drive a big ass 40-gallon tank, fucking excursion, Hummer or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Take 40 gallons to fill that bitch up, man. It's $200. All right. For you big truck drivers out there. Triple you woman that are at ease. You could tell this woman, you know, at one point had never been at ease. You could tell, you know, she little red bone, caramel bone, light bright, you know, with the real hair, you know what I'm saying? And she thick, so, you know, she ain't the prettiest in the face, but the body like make up for it, you know. And she ain't ugly either, you know. Her face is like, I give her face like a, let me see, cause she rarely like put her face directly in the camera. But I give her face like like this. Give her face like a 7. Like a 7, man, 7.5, something like that. You know, she got her weave head sister, or a friend or whatever, playing the backdrop for her, man. You know, playing Robin Nisha. All right. But yeah, her face like a 7, but the body like a damn near 9. Right? So, you know, niggas gonna go crazy for something like that, you know. But she be posting these, what they call thirst trap videos, have her ass. So more than likely she on some type of OnlyFans or something. You know, she just didn't, she just ain't, Guess post a link in her bio or whatever, man. All right. But she got a lot of videos like this, showing her nakedness. And, you can tell she got, see right here, the ass look a little bit, exaggerated. So she could have probably got some work done. You see the cellulite. So, this is a harlot. Many niggas done nutted in this. Because a nigga, he gonna want to hit this joint raw. He ain't gonna want rubber. All right, so you see here. You see the cellulite, man. So she done committed adultery. She done got many husbands. Okay. Many husbands, many men done visited her box. Right? Which is, it's a curse because the scripture says in Deuteronomy, our wife, for you brothers that got daughters, I guess what your daughters as well shall be a harlot in the city, man. Harlot in the streets. Okay. And then, scripture says the whoredom of a woman may be known in her looks. So she got the look of a harlot, man, all right? Like she don't give a fuck, It's most of these women nowadays, they don't give a fuck, Somebody say you should have 1 million followers already. Because why? Because you see here, you got all these simps complimenting her, but guess what? The only nigga she respond to, the nigga that say something like, yeah, why your toes look that way? Why your hairline receding? And so forth. But you see, I think she's playing a role, man, She's playing a role for money, for likes. This is her hustle. So I don't necessarily believe she's 100% van life, but she has a spot somewhere she can go to, but she's promoting it because it's an easy bag for her, man. But, at the same time, it's a woman that's really living like this, though, that look like her, in every city, in every fucking city. All right. Because nowadays you got to work, like 2 or 3 jobs to make ends meet, man. Or have 2 or 3 side hustles, freelance, whatever, businesses to make ends meet. Can't just rely on one source of income no more. You got to work like 6 days a week, literally 6, 7 days a week, man, to get by. They shall lament for the teas, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine. Yeah, that wine, man. That, they ain't gonna have that good wine no more. That yayana, the wine fest. The wine fest, the wine seasons and shit like that. All that shit is out the window, man. And festivals be packed with women. Proud ass woman. All right. They gonna be able to go to these different picnics and gatherings and shit like that. Festivals. This spring, summertime, it's like festival season. There gonna be no more festivals, man. Especially real soon. This war, Lord willing, this war kicks into the next gear, so we get up out of here, man. In the market of beasts, famine of the word plays out, man. Upon the land of my people shall come up thorns and briars, yea, upon all the houses of joy in the joyous city, man. So, what's this joyous city? America. America's the land of mirth. Scripture says it's better to go to the house of mourning than the land of mirth. So, because these women live in mirth, These women love having a good time and going out, having fun. But, hey, the house of mourning, that's where the wise men are, man, all right? Ones that took heed, man, all right? Because the house of mirth is getting ready to collapse. It is collapsing right before your eyes, man, all right? Real soon, gas It's about to be a major fuel crisis, they saying, so we'll see about that. You know, I just pray something big happen, man, because it's like, man, the fuck, Lord, how long, you know, because it's like, that the devil that had his time to rule. We need, you know, new leadership on the earth, man. You know, righteous leadership through Yahweh Shai, man. Okay, so, you know, hey, man. Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention shit. I can't believe it, but, oh, yeah, going into this whole homeless debacle. Yeah, I was with this one Jake I know, yeah, older Jake. You know, and this one Ethiopian lady used to be at his gym. I remember he was saying something about, you know, he had like rights to take, she had rights to take care of her mom. And then I guess the brother took it from her or whatever, right? So, you know, I seen her out there just sitting down and shit. Looked like she was drawing or writing, I don't know, doing something. And you know, she a nice looking woman. She poppable. She ain't the baddest, but she's poppable. Like, you know, she's slim with a little bubble on her, right? A little older, maybe 40s. Not too old, but like, you know, poppable age, 40s. And I remember her from, you know, the same gym, right? They used to serve lunch, or they still do, but she used to be in there with her mom's eating lunch for the elderly or whatever, right? Because her mom's, if she's 40 something, her mom's like 60s, 70s at the youngest, right? So I seen her out there. She got like a problem dispute with her mom and her brother or whatever over her mom. And I seen her out there, right? She's just chilling, you know, just drawing, writing and shit. Had a few bags with her. And, you know, we was telling her, yeah, just come on, you know, kick it at the pool, whatever. Because the gym where she was near had a pool and shit. So we told her, come kick it. And she said, oh, she had to go get something down the street. And then, okay, so we go into the pool. We working out for like a couple hours and shit, swimming. Then, you know, lift a little bit of weights and leave. So it took a couple hours, mind you, right? So we come outside and she's still there in the same location, like on the same block, like not the same exact location, but the same block, man. 2 hours later, man. And I was like, man, this bitch has got to be homeless because ain't nobody, you know, of course people be out there chilling or whatever, but ain't nobody just going to be out there sitting and have their bags out there for 2 hours, man. You know, that's like overkill, overreach. That's overreaching, you know. But she was out there 2 hours later, especially a woman, right? A woman has a shorter attention span. Like they ready to move to the next location faster than a man would, right? Proof of that, look at these modern day relationships. Who be the number one divorcees or the number one initiating breakups? It'd be woman, right? Because a woman, you know, they always thinking the grass is greener. So we, you know, I was like, man, she gotta be homeless. And he's like, yeah, you right, damn, she might be homeless. Because at first he doubted, but then he's like, damn, she might be homeless. She out there just, you know, out. Because she was living with the mom, and then now all of a sudden the brother got rights through the court system over the mom and shit, right? You know, and let's say she was living with the mom, then that means she's shit out of luck, right? Because nowadays it's a normal thing for a 50-year-old, especially 40-year-old, but 50-year-old living with the elderly mom. That's a normal thing in Babylon, right? So it's a normal thing for 20, 30, 40, 50, 60-year-old man living with mom. I said even a 60, even got 60-year-olds living with moms out here, man. All right. So I think I done hit the nail on the head. So I'm gonna end it there till next time. Shalom.